Okay, this is solving systems by graphing practice problem video. I'm just going to go through and do a couple of problems for you so you know what you need to do. So number one looks pretty straightforward. Just going to graph these out. Got the first one is y is equal to negative 1/2 x minus 3. So let's go ahead and start with the y-intercept. That is this constant out here. So that means our line crosses the y-axis at this point. And we have the slope of negative 1/2. So we're going to go up 1/2, or we can go down 1/2. And this is our line. You guys can probably do a lot better on pencil and paper than I can do on this drawing pad. And the second one is x is -4. So that is going to be a vertical line like this. And it looks like my line was a little sloppy, but if you look at this line, if I did another point up 1/2, that line should cross here. So it looks like the intersection or the solution would be at the point -4, -1. So that is the solution. Number two looks pretty similar. You guys can do that one. Number three, also pretty similar. Just remember, if we have negative y, we want a positive y. So if a negative y is equal to -3, then a positive y is equal to +3. Go ahead and plot that out. Number four, neither of these equations are in slope-intercept form, so we need to go ahead and put them in slope-intercept form. So we want it to look something like this: y is equal to 2x plus 4, something like that, right? We need a number in front of the x and a constant on the right-hand side as well. Okay, so let's look at the top equation first. We have negative x minus 2 minus y is equal to 0. Okay, so you could do this a few different ways. You could add an x and add 2, and then you do it to both sides, and then you'd have to divide by -1. However, you can do this one in one step if you recognize that it doesn't matter if the y is on the left side or the right side. I can go ahead and add a y on both sides, and I am done, right? The goal is to isolate y. So this is the same thing as y is equal to negative x minus 2. Okay, so we just did it in a few less steps by doing it that way. All right, so that's that line there. Let's do this line here. Negative y plus 3 is equal to x. So I want to isolate the y, so I'm going to subtract 3 on both sides. So I'm left with negative y is equal to x minus 3. Right, I can't combine those, they're not like terms. And I want to get this equal to a positive 1y, not a negative 1y. So I need to divide everything by -1. And that's going to equal y is equal to negative x plus 3. And now we can just plot these out. So let's start here. Why don't I change? I'll do this one first. Y is equal to negative x plus 3. Start with the y-intercept of 3. And we have a slope of -1. So we're going to go down 1/1, down 1/1. I'm going to put a few points here so it's easier to graph. And I'm just going to connect these points with a line. And there we go. All right, now I'll do this one over here. Y-intercept is -2. And I have the slope of -1/2 again. Sorry, not -1/2, -1. And there we go. So we have two parallel lines because they have the same slope. And remember, the solution is where these lines intersect, and parallel lines never intersect. So the answer here is no solution. Okay. Whoa. All right, number 5 and the 6, you just need to plug in your x and y values and see if they work out. Okay, so we have an x and a y, so let's plug it into the top equation first. So 8 times x, which is -9, plus 9 times -1 is equal to -81. So let's go ahead and solve this out. 8 times -9 is -72, plus 9 times -1 is -9. Add them together, that's -81 is equal to -81. So it checks out for the top. Does it check out for the bottom as well? Let's find out. X, which is -9, minus 3 times -1 is equal to -12. Let's see here. This is an order of operations problem. We need to multiply before we do anything else. We need to do -3 times +3, which is, sorry, -3 times -1, which is positive. And now I'm left with -9 plus 3, which is -6, which does not equal -12. So no, I guess not no solution, but no, this isn't a solution. So -9, -1 is not a solution. All right, so you guys go ahead and do the same thing for 6. The rest of these look fairly similar. The ones I've already did. You just have to go ahead and put them into slope-intercept form. I'll do one more for you. How about 12? Number 12, neither are in slope-intercept form, so I'm going to do the top equation. 3x minus 8y is equal to 72. I want to isolate y, so I'm going to subtract 3x on both sides. And I'm left with -8y is equal to -3x plus 72. And now I divide by -8. And I'm left with +1y is equal to, let's keep the slope as a fraction, but let's recognize that a negative over a negative is a positive. And positive 72 divided by -8 is -9. All right, now I'm going to do this bottom equation. I'll change the color. 7x plus 8y is equal to 8. Same thing, really. We're just going to get the term with the y by itself. So we want to subtract 7x on both sides. I'm left with 8y is equal to -7x plus 8. Divide by 8, divide by 8, divide by 8. I'm left with y is equal to -7/8 x plus 1. That's an 8. All right, now I can plot these out. So let's do the red because I already have my red pen out. So I'm going to start with the y-intercept of 1, +1. And I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and over 8. That's me right there. I could also, so I went down and to the right. I could also go up and back. So I can go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, over 8. That's going to be right here. So there's that line. Again, forgive me for this line I'm about to do. Okay, there we go. Now let's do the blue line, this one. I'm going to start at -9, and my slope is up 3 over 8. And it looks like if I do that, it's going to be right at this shared point. So the solution to this system of equation is this point. What is that point? I go over 8 down 6. That is the ordered pair and the solution to our system. All right, hopefully this video helped. If you need more help, come see me on a Google Meet. Good luck.